It would be good if they would say, here's a better way to do it. Okay, I think we're live. Let's see. Oh, we just lost you. Okay, well, we lost Smarty.
Yeah,
I'm talking and you're not there. In my world, that's pretty funny, you know.
yeah, it's definitely funny when we already know what's happening.
Yep. Pithelum, come on now, clear the lines.
Come on, girl, do your fucking job or you're fired.
Oh my God. And all right, well, we'll just proceed. So it's Sue Greenwald here. It's April 28th, and I'm here with King Smarty. Hey, boss, how are you?
What's up? Fantastic. How you doing?
I am doing great, and I'm glad that I'm like actually ready and on time today. It's actually pretty funny. Like we could go back in a few years and I'll say, okay, that video I was in the creek 5 minutes before we started. That video I ran out of power. So,
Yeah.
all right. Questions. So the other day you said that the RV and the new reality are events driven. And about 2 months ago, you said there were two main events that would bring the RV on. And one is the Israelis surrendering. And then
Yep.
you said you didn't know the second thing yet. So can you kind of talk about the events and, I know we don't have dates, we don't know all of that, but can you kind of give us an overview on that?
Well, actually, two of them just took place. Again, there's two more, which were the fact that, what was it? China, China added more gold. Zimbabwe. There was a couple other things, and I think the BRICS. But that's showing everybody where we're headed. Um, those were main events, if you ask me, because it's pushing us to be able to get on the same page with everybody else.
Right.
Before they were waiting for us. Now they're saying, you know what? Forget the U.S. We're going around them. And if you remember, I've been posting and saying that we're going around the U.S. because these guys here can't get the shit together because they're too greedy. They want to stay in power. They want to control things that they have no control over. Right. So that's why um, you're seeing those type of announcements being made. Right. The United States Treasury notes have been funded by multiple, um, um, how you say, uh, by multiple individuals, right? And me being one of them. People don't understand what that fully means yet, but you're going to find out exactly what that means because the last time I checked, there was already civilizations and kingdoms out there, and all we're doing is bringing some of our stuff here to help power the system financially, energetically, consciously, all the above. So that's where we're going with it all. Okay.
Yay. Okay.
Right.
So basically just watch and relax and trust the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
So
There, we've talked before, there are other civilizations out there, other, in our galaxy, we'll say. And I'm going to assume that at least a couple of them have gone through what we are going through now. Is that correct?
well, there's more than a couple of them.
Yeah.
You're talking about civilizations that are billions of years old.
Okay.
Billions with a B.
And so they busted through their cabal and their evil overlords, whatever you want to call them. They've busted out and now they're free.
Right, right. I mean, you have to understand that all of this happened somewhere else.
Okay.
Okay. There were civilizations that used to live in peace for centuries until one day, one person killed another person, and the war started ever since. That's literally how it goes everywhere, right? And that's literally what's been happening here in Israel, Palestine. Same thing that's been happening there,
Okay.
right? You got a special group of people that are um, energetically special, and the melanin is special and all that stuff, and they're being attacked and harvested for it, right? And it's been happening way before the Jesus timeline, which was only 19,000 years ago. So imagine how long it's really been happening. We were literally used as um, a food system for other beings that consumed meats, people, blood, all that stuff. Even energetically, if they can trap your souls or harness your consciousness or harness your energy, if you would, they can control you that way, and they can make you do certain things, and they can also use the fact that you can manifest against you. So if they get you constantly going in a circle and that's all you know, and within that circle there's IRS, there's water bills, electric bills, and that circle continues, you're manifesting their empire, their system, their reality, right? So what's happening? Right now we're breaking through everything. And it's done by waking everybody up, realizing that we are more than what we were told, and that we have abilities that can literally destroy any type of entity because of our thought patterns and the way we manifest. Am I making sense here to y'all watching?
Very clear.
Okay, well, this is what they didn't want. This right here. This dude right here. This is what they didn't want. This is why they've been, murdering and killing the children for centuries, because of this dude right here.
Okay. So, since these other civilizations and planets have broken free from their cabal and the evil, are we using like their template or blueprint for freedom and a better society, better this, better that? Are we using that, or is each planet unique?
Each planet is unique because of the different things that creates on them, but majority of them will be or are a benevolent ecosystem where everybody is helping, creating, living, reproducing, service to each other. Like people, there's a lot of people worried about what's going to happen when there's all this wealth and people will not want to do nothing because they have money and they can just lay around. Do you really think that's going to happen when people have money and then they can use that money to create things? No, not happening. You're going to see a technological, economical advancement like you've never seen ever, ever, ever. The Jetsons can be a reality, and it can literally happen overnight um, if Daddy allows it, right? Because we know for a fact that there's people all around the world that have technologies that they've been reproducing that can change everything overnight. And it can literally happen overnight if they all just decide to release everything at the same fucking day or the same time on the same day, right? Everywhere. However, because of the cabal, because of if you do this, you're going to get killed, or I'm going to kill your whole family, I'm going to take your firstborn, and all this other shit, we've been suppressed. Well, that shit's stopping. That's one of the reasons why they didn't want this guy here. Okay, this dude right here. Because this guy right here is not playing no games. And every time I get involved in something, it's either to shut it down or enhance it.
Okay. So the technology is out there. And once it's approved, it will come to the people. And it will make everyone's life easier, better, things will be more streamlined. Then the money will come, the new bodies will come. And then creativity is really allowed, you know.
Right.
It's hard for us to understand. And, especially if you're working, you're rushing around, you've got no money, you're just trying to make it. How can you be creative? You can't, you know.
That, that's why they wanted you in that circle.
That's right. That's right. It's a hamster wheel. Yeah.
Literally, literally.
Yeah.
And you're the fucking hamster.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's like I told somebody the other day, the financial system is designed so you can never win. You will never win. And she just looked at me because, of course, we all have our decisions, what we do and how we treat the money we have and all of that. But it's designed so you, the common person, will never win.
It's not just the financial system, it's the housing
Every,
system.
yeah.
Everything, everything, everything. You work your life to build a place, and if you can't pay for the mortgage, they take your place. It's all designed.
Right. Yeah.
That fucking hamster wheel is about to get blown up.
Yeah. In the medical system, I mean, every system, every industry is corrupted. And we're seeing it more and more and more and more. It's really starting to come out so everyone can see it.
Right.
Like everyone is frustrated and they know it. They just don't know what to do about it, for the most part, I think.
Right. And then the people that are influential are being censored. So we can't get the information out there as fast as we would like because of them censoring us.
Yeah.
So we already know they can't kill us. So what's the next best thing? Censorship. You can't kill all of us and you can't kill me, right? So what do? You censor the shit out of me. You follow my IP address. You follow my phone number. So every time I sign up to a fucking platform, your asses are right there. And that's that fucking, you know, Israeli intelligence forces. That's who's doing it all. And they're not so fucking intelligent, by the way.
So you put out a thing that Netanyahu is no longer alive on Earth the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. And where are we with the war? Like we're seeing massive protests and they're arresting all the college kids and the protesters. There's still worldwide protests and support for Palestine, but yet we don't see that very much. So where are
It's,
we with the surrender,
well, that's the thing. That's what they're resisting. Because remember, the surrender is what's key.
Yeah.
Okay, the surrender is what's key to a lot. It's also why it's not being exposed. It's not being revealed that things are definitely happening to show the evidence that Palestine won.
Right. Right.
Okay, you got their head officials being assassinated. You seen what happened to the one guy in the car, right?
Yeah.
So that was done on video. Imagine what you're not being shown.
Yeah.
Plus, the mafia and the different gangs around the world, they want to be closer to daddy. They want to be reunited with their creator. They want to do good. So how are they achieving that? They're achieving it by following daddy's order and assassinating all of the cabal. I've told you guys this. This is real, all of it. Everything that I say, it comes from dad. Do you think I'm worried about anybody saying otherwise? Hell no. The last
Yeah.
time I checked, I was the boss and I'm in control of it all.
So these mafia guys, the organized crime, they're over there now, or even in the US, we'll say. They're doing their thing. And that is their source directives at this point.
Exactly. Do you really think that was an accident? and it was caught on video? No, it wasn't no accident. And it's not the first time. They are being taken out. They are being hunted down, and there's nothing they can do about it. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Now, if it was up to me, I'd do it myself. However, it's not up to me, and Dad is allowing people to regain their place in the new world by doing things he orders them to do. Hunt them down, execute them on the spot. You've already got the orders and permission from Dad. Who do you have to answer to after that? No one.
Right.
Because where did the orders come from?
And after that, I assume they will not be doing that anymore.
No, because they'll be part of the new reality. They'll be part of helping, protecting. These guys are going to protect because now they don't have to fight a system where they're also involved in having to, keep their money, keep their wealth. Because in that realm, it's a dog eat dog world for them.
Right.
So that stops too. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I would also assume they can never relax. They're always watching their back. They always have to strategize. It's not like, we'll call it a normal life where you just bebop around and do what you want,
Right. So, once they do everything Dad tells them to do, and Dad is always watching, and he's always telling us, right? Once they do what he tells them to do, once they turn to him, then they'll be protected too. And again, they will turn their wealth into helping. You know how I'm starting the Abundance Day, Abundance Festivals? Well, all of us will come together and celebrate, protect, and enjoy the children, enjoy our families, enjoy our friends, all of the ones that were fighting for all this, the good fight, and of course the ones that lost their lives, they'll be able to come back through the chambers. The cabal is never going to be able to use my technology, never.
Right.
So there's multiple benefits to doing what Dad wants you to do. Multiple, unbelievable benefits, right? You lost your life because you believed in this and you believed in that, and Dad or God, however you want to call it, told you to do this and you were killed for it. Does it end for you there? Absolutely not. Does it end for the cabal here? Yes, it does. Do I look like I'm joking?
No. It is very exciting to hear this. I mean, you have confidence. You have, like I said, you've told us the truth. We're not getting that from anywhere else. And
Yep.
I've sprung all sorts of crazy questions on you about Earth, about space, about this inner Earth history. You've been able to answer every question.
David Adair, when I talk to him about certain things, he says, Smarty, you have that certainty about you that it fears people. I mean, people are people are
Fearful. Yeah.
they're fearful. Like you don't care. Like you know. And I'm like, yeah, because that's the thing. I do know. I know. I know this is happening. I know what's possible. I've seen with my own two eyes. I've been into those tunnels. I've killed reptilians. I did this. I did that. You can't tell me otherwise. So yes, I'm certain about things. And I get excited about it all because I know, because I'm directly involved. I'm not sitting behind some desk telling you shit that I heard. I'm telling you shit that I did, that I'm involved in, and that I commanded.
Boom. So that's the difference between you and the other intel providers. They're making shit up. Some of it might be a little truthful, but they're just making shit up to get the clicks and the views, right?
Yeah.
And none of that's organically done, and
right.
And then they're selling t-shirts or mugs or whatever they're doing to make money.
Yeah, yeah. Or they're just recircle my information, which is cool because at the end of the day, it's true.
Yeah.
And what you're going to see happening is that more and more people will come forward validating what I told you guys years ago. And it's going to happen faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And then next thing you know, holy shit, Smarty is for real. This dude is no, this dude is he's serious.
There's no joke here. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You walk around with confidence, but you're fun and you're funny. So people are more inclined to listen than if you're all serious and, doom and gloom.
Well, I even jokingly say things to people just so that they don't feel, a certain way because,
Yeah.
it's crazy. The shit that I'd say, right? The stuff that I talk about, even the things that I do, it's crazy. They don't understand how somebody can manifest things literally instantly like that for them. So, that's why I have to refrain from saying certain things to certain people unless dad says, do it, do it, do it. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, dad said this. Initially, they'll be like, man, you crazy as shit. Next thing you know, they'll be like, how did you know? We're not going to go there, okay? Just know that I know and that I was right.
Right.
Because dad's always right. He's not going to tell me something that ain't right or ain't truthful unless it has to deal with some type of sting operation. Pa, pa, pa.
Right. Right. So that it's genius having all the angelics, the galactics, the cabal, the mafia guys after the cabal. You know what I mean? Genius.
In ways they never thought.
Yeah.
And you see, remember I told you guys that every day I reinforce certain commands every day, 2, 3, 4 times a day. One of them being visible presence. Visible presence of galactics, angelics, ships, me and my crew. Right? That's what you're seeing everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere. There shouldn't be no doubt about in anybody's mind of what I'm saying because we are witnessing it and everybody else is witnessing it too, whether they believe me or not.
So cool. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is cool.
You posted a video of just maybe 30 minutes ago about a humanoid flying through the air and it was caught on camera. And they said it was an angel. And it's really hard to tell, but was that an angel? Was that a person? Like,
There was an angel, and there's more of those same videos, and they will be coming out.
yeah. And
Not
we
not on.
go ahead.
Right.
Sorry.
Not only that, but you're going to get them up close and personal, like I've been saying. Didn't I say that a while back?
You did.
Now you're getting closer and closer and closer and closer to the. It's going to be so close. You're going to open your front door, and they're going to be like, "Hello."
All right. All right.
You're going to be like this, closing your door.
Well, there was a video you put out a couple times of a really clear person like flying through the sky. The video quality was really good. And this one, like they kept, but you can see it's definitely a person. You know what I mean? So very interesting.
Yeah, and there's some videos out there that look like UFOs, and they're not. They are literal children flying in the skies.
Are those the ones that zip through the sky real quick? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of things that's coming, and people are going to be blown away when you realize everything that we've been talking about is literally here and now. And because of that veil, you weren't able to see it until now.
Cool. Cool. So we had a question about the different levels of angels. Like, are there different like kinds or they have different focuses? Kind of if you could describe that. And then what they do up there in the angelic castle, like how they live and what they do for fun and recreation.
It's like I said before, it's just like an army when they have
Yeah.
soldiers, commanders, colonels, generals, blah blah blah. Same thing. Then you got the higher ups, the archangels, and then you got even a higher group of angels that are all rainbow colors, see through, and those are the ones that are constantly around me and Dad.
Ooh.
Like like these guys, you can't even see them no matter what dimension you play in. Only we can see them.
So you can see them, but like say the average person could not see them.
Not even if you're a galactic in West Bubblefuck with all types of abilities, you can't see them either. The only, the only
That's
thing you're gonna do is feel them when they come snatch your ass up.
okay. So what is their a purpose or whatever?
Their purpose are to do everything Dad tells them to do.
Okay. Because, you know, most of us think that archangels are the highest level to attain or whatever.
No, the archangels are like generals,
Okay.
but there's people above the generals.
Okay. Cool to know. Cool to know.
Yeah.
And I think we're at Angelic Team 45 was the last one that was released. A
No,
couple
50.
50. Okay, I can't remember. So they were released and they're doing well still.
Yeah, they're the ones that are getting the job done that others couldn't do or wouldn't do.
Okay.
You guys have to keep in mind that angelics can also be bamboozled. Okay, they can also
Mm.
um, look at a Earth human and get attractive, and then lose focus of their missions. Okay, this is what's been happening also. So we have a lot of things that are happening that shouldn't be happening. However, Dad knew they were going to happen. Just today, we had to promote and demote certain groups, certain people that were in high places because of what they were doing. So we got to deal with a lot of things here. You know the part in the Bible where it says the fallen angels took men, took the females and blah 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 and made them their own, la la la. Well, that stuff still happens to this day. However, I did tell everybody to remain focused on our mission, and after we're done, then you can go have some pleasure, some fun, and of course, as Daddy allows. So,
Yeah.
um, they take me serious because they know and they see what I can do to an angel.
Okay.
Nobody is safe. Period. Nobody. No matter where you at, no matter what you are, you are not safe from me. It's my job. Sorry,
Okay.
not sorry.
Question about how many angels are in each team.
Well, you got armadas, brigades, platoons, just like an army, and then you got mega platoons, mega. I mean, if we was to unleash just one of the forces, it would be enough to cover the entire galaxy.
Hmm.
So you understand why I don't worry about things now? Hmm?
Yeah, okay. So you've released like multiple ones, so that's a lot of angels.
And and they're not just released here on Earth; they're released everywhere,
Okay. Didn't know that.
everywhere.
Didn't
Yeah,
know.
everywhere. You remember that video that I posted and drawing on the yellow box?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a perimeter around this galaxy, and within that perimeter, that's where they're all released and they all cleaning up. Because here's the problem. The human harvesting and all that stuff is galaxy wide. So in order for us to contain all this shit here, we had to contain this specific galaxy. Because if we didn't contain this specific galaxy, we would clean up here and then it would still happen elsewhere.
Okay.
So we literally had to, so we literally had to, you know, infiltrate and eliminate a lot of their, you know, food supply, food chains, and everything. It's like a modern day a drug dealer, if you would. If you take out the drug dealer, somebody else is going to come move along because the drugs still exist. So what do? You take out the fucking drug.
Okay.
Their drug is adrenochrome, and their food is the flesh of humans. So what happens when you shut down that industry? Right? You no longer have it. So that's literally what this battle has been about.
So thank you for saying that, because maybe I forgot this, but you're operating galaxy wide right now to clean up everything. Now, we're, of course, on Earth, we're focused only on Earth, and that's what we care about. But we obviously want the whole galaxy, especially that trade, the human trafficking trade,
Right.
to be, you know, clean and cleared. So thank you for saying it that way.
Yep, it's the truth. So you know, I have to say it that way, and it helps people understand. It helps everybody understand how big this mission really was and really is.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, guys. It's taken millions of years to get to where we're at. Millions. Look how old the Earth is, and look how many civilizations came and went. And even in the past, there are civilizations that were doing what the cabal's doing in the dark. They did it in the light in front of people, right? So we've literally been doing this for thousands of years, and it's over.
Okay. So you've talked about this before. Outside of this galaxy, this containment field or whatever, is the rest of the universe already clean and cleared?
Yes.
All right. So the children that we're going to have are going to be like special forces, let's say. They're going to be patrolling this galaxy, Earth, of course, but around the galaxy to make sure none of the bad guys sneak through, nothing nefarious crops up. People are helping, they need it. Okay.
Exactly. So that's why my children will have all of the abilities that they will have, and the powers, and also be um, they'll be working with dad in a way that their free will won't exist. They'll have leisure time, but when it's time for them to go to work, they got to go.
Yep.
Just like me right now, I don't have that I don't have certain abilities, or should I say, I don't have certain free wills. So you know where I'm at, I love it. It's beautiful here. I don't always go outside because I'm doing something. I don't always get to go to the beach because I'm doing something and I'm helping somebody. So when I get to go out on the water, I enjoy it to the fullest because I know who knows when I'm going to be able to come back.
Right.
So that's, I don't have that luxury. Like even just me being wealthy, right? I still won't be able to enjoy some of the things the way billionaires do now. If you understand what I'm saying.
I do. Yeah. It's the weight of the world always on your shoulders. Even when it's clean, you still got to watch it, right?
Yeah, well, that's why we have help, and that's what that's why the help will be the children. There'll be all of our children, like you said, but my children will be like the benevolent kings and queens that were once a thing in the past. So that's where we're going all over again.
Okay. What you just said really clarifies it, at least for me, and I'm assuming for other people. So thank you. Question, do the person, the Jedi, the Watcher, have our own little team of angels working with us?
Everybody does, yes. Your guys are just more powerful than others because of what your task is.
Ooh.
So the only ones that can harm you are you yourself, your own mind, and what you allow in.
Damn it. It's easier to blame somebody else, right?
Right.
That's why keeping our thoughts pure, positive, and high is so important, you know?
Yeah, and there's evidence. There's evidence all over the place where you know be mindful and don't let dark spirits come in and take over your mind and tell you something stupid and blah 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 blah.
Right,
There's evidence of that being the case. So you have to keep your mind clear and you have to realize when it's you yourself or when it's dad,
right.
right? We hear these things all the time where my higher guide told me to do this and told me to do that. Well, keep your higher guide the fuck over there before I eliminate the fool.
Well, that is the way most people talk in the spiritual genre. Well, my guides told me this. And sometimes it's good information or whatever, but then their guides might give them some negative or dark information. You know what I mean? So you got to know who you're talking to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. At the end of the day, that's nothing but clairvoyance, telepathic communications
Right,
with beings across the board. So
right.
once everybody understands that that's a thing, you saw that shit. Once
Yeah,
they once everybody understands that that's a thing, then they'll be more mindful of what they're hearing, what they're seeing, and what they're feeling. Now, if I tell you something, it's coming straight from dad, and that's what's going to be. That's what's going to happen. Then you'll have a bunch of people saying, "Oh no, this ain't true. This can't be happening." That or you must be crazy, right? For nothing because everything I just told you is going to happen anyway. And then all of a sudden it happens, and then those people.
right, right. That is so funny.
I mean, I've only been doing this shit for the last 10 years, right? Hello.
In this body, but you've been doing it for, you've been collecting information. So
Right,
yeah,
right, right,
we've
right.
been setting the stage, I think.
That's exactly what we've been doing.
Yeah,
Dad has been setting the stage for all of us,
right.
especially those of us that are going to do big jobs like rebuild entire civilizations and cities and heal the people. I ended up on a TikTok live, and they're talking about frequencies and grounding and all this stuff, and I was like, oh shit, interesting. And I started saying some stuff, and they were like, "Whoa, who's this guy?" And then I just left because it was like, "Okay, I did what I had to do. Bye. Have a nice day."
Yeah.
So, but that's the type of stuff that we'll be doing everywhere. It's just uplifting and changing things. Even some of the cities that are beautiful now, like Dubai, they still have to change too.
Yeah.
So everywhere, the entire planet. Last time I checked, I'm the king of this planet. Let alone, I mean, I'm a king of the galaxy. Let alone the planet, right? Or should I say, universe? Now that right there is a statement, and people still not even understanding what the hell that means. And they're looking at this. They're looking at this body. They're looking at this attitude, the way that I talk, the way that I say, "Go fuck yourself. Have a nice day." Right? But they don't know what I really am, what I really look like,
Yeah.
and all that other stuff, and that's coming. We're going to have the chambers and the wealth at the same time.
Oh,
So we're getting ready to change. Our bank accounts are getting ready to change, and they're going to be protected. and we're going to be able to do everything Daddy wants us to do without any problems because people are going to start witnessing things that they can't explain other than that Smarty said he was going to do it and he did it. Mic
Perfect.
drop.
Yeah. Wow, that's so exciting to hear that the chambers and the wealth transfer at the same time.
Right.
Because we were like, we were all thinking a linear progression. This happens and then this happens and then this happens. And, there's no rules. It's going to happen when it does. But how exciting is that?
Right. And that's the thing. Like I saw a question where somebody says, when is this all going to happen?
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to happen when Dad wants it to happen. I get to live forever, so I don't care.
Yeah. Well, just throwing this out there, it would be super awesome to happen before your event or during your event. Just
Anything's
throwing it out
possible.
there.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Always trying to fish for the information, right?
Hey, anything is possible. I don't you know I myself get my hopes up and do want certain things to happen and feel like certain things are going to happen and then they don't happen. So I've learned to just allow the process and see what Dad allows to happen because at the end of the day, it hasn't happened because obviously he doesn't want it to right now. So who or what needs to learn or needs to find us until it does? We don't know. So what we're going to do is, as a group, right? We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep helping people. We're going to keep educating people on frequencies. We're going to keep tagging and bagging. We're going to keep sharing the free hollows. Um, that's something that we can do right now, and we don't have to leave our house for it. We can just send simple messages, simple text messages. And when people start realizing that this simple photo cured them, healed them, then we may just get another couple of 100 million or so Jedi's, right?
Right.
So that's one of the things that I focus on, helping everybody because you don't know when the next powerful crew member is going to come along and help us push that energy into where we want it.
Right.
Manifestation.
Well, you know that we don't want to fund the dark companies, the dark people, whatever. And you've put that out there several times recently. And so we don't even want to do it accidentally, so those have to be cleaned up a little bit, I assume. And like you said, maybe we're waiting for a couple of key players to appear. We don't know. So we just have to go about our happy lives and do our best to help and heal others.
That's right. That's right. It's always going to be like that. When you look at a chessboard, there's always key players on the board on both sides. So we are, and I say we because Dad is establishing. We are establishing our kingdom. There's no way around me. Get with the program, or you make your final choices. I'm telling you right now, you're not going to win. No one wins against Dad. No one. Not even me. So
Right. Right.
let's come together and let's change the world, or you just don't participate no more. So let's go.
Yeah. I like to think that we just are so programmed and, we'll call it ignorant. We don't know, like, all right, so we think the earth is so big, okay, because to travel takes time. We don't know everything about the earth and what needs to be done. Super, super complex project there. Okay, then you add in a galaxy, which is bigger. It's got many planets, many civilizations, like mind blowing. Then add in so many galaxies to create the universe. We don't understand. How could we? You know?
Yeah, that's because we weren't taught that all this stuff was real.
Right. Yeah.
So it's all being revealed. That's why food disclosure is necessary, and that's why I'm here to make sure that it
Right,
happens.
right.
So I don't. I've taken so much heat, and so many people say all these negative shit about me, and at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't mind. I've heard it. I've heard it all my life within my own family. Do you really think what a fucking stranger on the other side of a box says? No,
Yeah.
not at all. So I'm gonna keep doing what I do. I'm gonna keep doing what Daddy orders me to do. I'm gonna keep helping people. I'm gonna keep commanding. I'm gonna keep healing, all that stuff. And at the end of the day, it's all going to circle back to me because I am who I am. I am what I say I am, and there's no way around me.
Perfect. Perfect.
Not to mention we can change the frequency of a troll just by hitting them with love and light. Poof, watch them sizzle up.
Wow. We got a question about past lives in, let's say, on this timeline, because that we could have our mind blown by trying to understand it. But were we ever food, and we'll talk about the Jedis in this call, were we food for the reptilians in this timeline?
Not in this timeline because you're still alive.
Okay, thank you for that. All right, so previous other timelines we were, is my guess.
But
We
when you're saying that, the question should have been, have we ever been reptilian food in our existence? The answer would be yes. You were once reptilian food. Okay? Lots of people were. You understand what I'm saying?
lizard chow.
Yeah, pretty much. Now that's in your whole reincarnation cycle.
Okay.
Now, in this timeline right here, if you're living, then no, you were not reptilian food because your ass is still alive.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's confusing, and I don't, we're
I
gonna
think I think we straightened that out.
yeah, we're gonna need a chart for that. But all right, how about have we been dark entities, like dark beings, like caused harm to others throughout our yeah.
Most likely, all of us have, and that's a part of our soul essence to learn. The reason why we are defeating the cabal now is because we all went through it. We all been a part of it. We all learned where we don't want to be or go. So the answer is yes. Some of the stuff that I do right now is dark because I have to eliminate these guys, right? However, I'm still the most powerful light being there is. Does that make sense?
I'm thinking this, if we were lizard chow and it didn't go well, so it well, it makes it funny because thinking about it the other way isn't fun. But if we were lizard chow, we had that experience about how horrible it was and how bad these guys were. And that's probably why a lot of us are
Came back.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just like the children that have, they've lost their lives in Palestine, they're now coming back to be,
Soldiers.
yeah,
Yeah. And they are. And it's happening.
yeah.
And people, not everybody believes that, including some of the Jedi's. Do I care if they believe it or not? No, because I can see it.
Yeah.
In fact, Dad has me enforce that every other day or so. Bring them back, put them into the armies, train them. So where are they being trained? What armies are they being a part of?
That's a good question. Are they up
Yeah.
on the ships? Are they, you know, yeah.
I try to tell everybody down here, including all of these three-letter agencies, that my army is the most biggest benevolent army you ever seen. And if we was to uncloak, we will literally black the skies out. And it will happen.
I've got to assume that there are so many beings out there. They're waiting, of course, for the right time, but they're like, okay, Earth's going through it. And, we're gonna like just stage and get ready for when we got to go down there or whatever.
Yeah,
We're gonna help them. We're gonna teach them. We're gonna train them. We're gonna educate them, and then they're gonna help the next group. So that's how
exactly.
it's working, right?
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. And they don't have the emotional attachments that some beings do. They see us as okay. As soon as they're done doing that and killing each other and doing all this other stuff, we'll go in and we'll fix it up, and then it'll be real nice. They're not sitting up there. They're not sitting up there crying about the shit. Is what I'm saying, right? Us down here, we're sitting here crying because people are being slaughtered, people are being, bamboozled and all that shit, and people are going through hell. They don't look at us like that. Some groups do, however, and those are the ones that are hands on with us because they see how they're starting to see how love really is powerful because a lot of different races out there don't experience love the way they do in other places, like here. Here, love is very powerful. In the universe, love is very powerful. However, it's normal for us to take care of each other and love each other and not realize what that is because we're so used to it.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is that love and taking care of each other is normal everywhere else. It's very, very, it's powerful. It's like that's the way of life. We love each other. We help each other. We take care of each other. We'll do anything for each other. We protect each other because we love each other. So it's normal. Here, we're using it as a getting back to where they are. We have to start loving each other and helping each other, and that's why we use the word love because that's what it is. It's daddy.
Right.
It's consciousness. It's love. In other places, it's normal, so they don't say like, "Hey, man, let's love each other," because that's what they do by default. You understand what I'm trying to go with it?
Yeah. So it's their natural way of being. They don't have
Right.
to go out of their way to, oh, let's help so and so. They just do it.
Right.
And
Exactly.
I think that's the way we are as well. But then it's taught out of us. Like a little kid that's say 2, 3, 4 years old, if they see another little kid fall down, get hurt, or they share their, there's some, but they'll share their food, their candy, they'll help them when they fall down, or if they see someone crying, they try to comfort the person. I think that's a natural thing.
It is.
And then somehow it gets programmed out of us.
Education system, all that shit.
It's a dog eat dog world. You got to have billions of dollars when you retire. Go for it.
That's another, yeah, exactly. And that's another reason why when certain people when certain people came, they would say be like the children because the children are the way that they are because of where they came from. Everybody loved each other, everybody took care of each other. That was natural to them. So that's why we have to get back to love so that it can be
Right.
normal here.
Right. And you think of a puppy or a kitten and they're little and all they have to offer is love. So they'll lick you and they snuggle with you. And when they're cute, it's real easy to snuggle back, right? But when they're a big 200-pound oaf, it's harder. They try to get on
Right.
your lap, you're like, get off. But it's their way of being until they're abused or whatever happens to them, you know?
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Sophie's only 1 year old, and she comes up to me, she gives me a kiss, and she puts her head, and then she hugs me.
Yeah.
Okay, where did she learn that from? Because I don't do it to her all the time. I do go up to her and give her a kiss, and then hi Sophie, how you doing? And then go about my day, right? So that's what she does. Where did that come from?
Yeah. I think it's a
Natural.
natural thing. Yeah.
It's natural, right? It's
Yeah.
natural. There's no way around it. It's daddy. It's natural. It's how we were built. So it's cool, like to see when we're so busy doing things and helping people that we lose that. So when she does it to me, or when somebody else does it to me, it feels fantastic because that's what we all want. That's what we all need,
Yeah.
and that's going to be normal once we're done cleaning shit up.
And it makes you slow down a little bit and appreciate it. Like, see, right now we're so in our head doing stuff, got to do this, right? But it makes you slow down and appreciate.
Yep. Yep.
That's all a baby or a child or a dog or whatever can give you is their love. Right?
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because I've had pets and I've witnessed that.
Yeah.
Recently I'm not too big on pets, but I seen the way they operated back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And it's true. Even like owners, and I mean even like certain pets and their owners, they would just come up and as soon as they get off of work, be all happy, and it's like, you
Yeah.
know, it's wild stuff.
Yeah.
Even if you like you smack the shit out of a dog, he's still gonna come up and be next to you. Like I've seen that too. So it's because they were made that way, just like we were. However, they weren't programmed to be any other way,
Right.
unless
Right.
they were put to be like a fighter dog or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was a program also, right?
Right.
So we all are going back to nature. That's what we were naturally born to help each other, love each other, look after each other. That's our nature. That's how we were made. So all of this system, this hamster wheel was designed to take us from that as well.
Right.
Why do you think people rob and steal from each other? Because nobody's helping them. Because there's no funding. Because of this, because of that. So what happens when we release the wealth, help each other? All of that shit goes away overnight. All of it. Nobody would be out there robbing each other and doing all this other stupid shit because now they got basic income coming. They got a big brother who will help them out. All they got to do is get in contact with me or the people around me, right? We're changing everything. The cabal is fucking done. Like done. Like so done you stick a fork in it done.
Yeah. You've seen these videos of these pictures, like they'll show one of like New York City subway, and then they show a subway in Russia, or they'll show, a city in Europe, and then they show you like San Diego or LA, the
Right.
homeless streets. And of course, people are afraid, but people aren't taking care of things, and it's kind of by design, you know?
Yep, it's true. Because here's the thing about that. When you have all types of clutter and shit and trash and all that bullshit, that feeds darkness. So then that darkness lingers in that area. So then when you come along and you clean it all out and you make everything new, there's nowhere for them to linger no more because everything is clean and fresh and got a new energy to it.
Right?
That's what we're doing to the fucking planet right now.
Yeah.
Okay? So everybody needs to keep that in mind and reinforce our new reality of beautiful things everywhere. Stop worrying about what you're going through right now because it's a fucking season and it changes.
Yeah.
I'm serious about that.
Yeah.
And you're going to be attacked from everybody everywhere, right? Even that is a feeling that'll go away. Get back on track. Let's focus on what Daddy wants us to do, and let's do it. The story of my life.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to a couple quick questions. Somebody asked about the storm in Dubai that hit like a week or so ago. It was a very amplified storm. Was it natural or manufactured? And I said, well, that was manufactured. And then they said, well, who did it? Well, I don't know that, but is that significant that we need to know?
Well, there are different. All right, first of all, it was manufactured. Second of all, there are different beings out there that are still using all types of equipment to create all of these manufactured storms. It just happened in China as well. Big hailstorms, people
Yeah.
died,
Yeah.
and I know because my people literally sent me the videos from their houses. So all of that is manufactured, and it's all being cleaned up. And some of the videos of the stuff from Dubai was literally only one street or one strip. And what I was told is that they put a lot of people put their cars and stuff in that area because it's known for that, and then those people collect on insurance. So just because it was a video doesn't mean it's a thing. It was like it literally the next day I saw a video of the same area and it was cleaned up.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, not everything that you see on the internet is doom and gloom. Same thing with the video from China last night. Now, this individual, he knows what I can do. He's had a gallbladder, kidney stones, I mean, right? And I removed them. Wow. And the next day, the doctors said they were gone. So he knows what I can do. He sends me the videos and says, Smarty, 5 people died, 13 injured, blah, blah, blah. I said, don't worry about it. We'll clean it up. Then he shows me another video of the big hail balls like this. That's manufactured shit. And today, not today, but today, depending on what time it is, it's going to be sunny again because we took care of it. These different type of technologies and groups are literally being eradicated. Every time they do something like this, they get eradicated, and they get for good. It's literally happening. It's been happening like this for a long time. You see the chemtrails. One minute they're gone. The next minute somebody decides they want to do it. And what happens? Then we clean this shit up again. So there's literally an energetic battle going on. However, we win because of the technique we're using to do it. We don't have to spend millions of dollars to create some, to take out an entire chemtrail and the fucking plane.
Right.
We'll just have it evaporated, gone. And I do that shit from my couch.
Okay. So whenever there's a weather attack, okay, floods, earthquakes, whatever, that's manufactured, that again, it exposes the attackers and their equipment, right?
Right.
So you can scoop them up, you can scoop up the equipment, and that theoretically reduces the chances of them coming back and doing that again. But they're stupid and they're persistent. So another guy or another group will try doing it elsewhere. Is that kind of
that is true. If you ever watched the Guardians of the Galaxy, in that movie, they were literally hiring bounty hunters and whatever you call it, assassins from different parts of the universe in that movie.
Right.
That's the same thing that they do here on Earth. They hire these people from all across the universe. They come in with their technology. Once they come in with their technology, we do what we do, and then they realize they should have never did it.
And then they lose their life pretty much.
No, not pretty much. They lose their life, their equipment, and everybody involved all the way to the back to wherever it leads us to. And then we do it in front of the people around them so that they know why, where, when, and how. The problem is that there's different groups doing it, and it's time consuming, along with all the other bullshit that's happening here on Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's being done, so it's cool.
Is there such a thing as a good chemtrail?
Um, the answer to that is yes, and I'm gonna give you the reason why it's yes. Once we take over certain locations, we will be chemtrailing the areas with structured water.
Okay.
It won't be chemicals, but it will be a trail with structured water.
Has that happened yet? Are you doing that yet here on Earth or?
No, we're getting ready to do it.
Okay. Like it seems like it goes in spurts. Over the winter, like I get up early and it would still be dark. And I just look out the window as it's getting light out. And I can see they've already got a grid above us. And then usually we have a lot of blue here. It's all gray and gloomy all day.
Yep.
All right. And they were doing that for months. And then it seems like it kind of tapered off a little bit. So,
well, the fact that you got the pyramid back there, should tell you that it's about to be cleaned up.
yeah. Yeah.
And that's what I mean. They spend billions of dollars to get all this shit up in the sky, and then you got that pyramid right there that as soon as it passes over your area, gone.
Yeah. It almost felt like they were putting like X's above my house. I know, but it looked like X's right above where I live. So I go out my driveway with my wand, every morning I try to clear it for everyone, but worldwide I try to clear because I do clear because no one wants to breathe that in,
Yeah. I just had one out front here come towards me, and as soon as it gets closer towards me, and I was like, look at this fucker. It was gone in seconds. And the guests here were like, how the fuck did you do that?
Well, what's shocking to me is I'll be with somebody and they're like, I'll say, oh my God, look at the chemtrails today. They're creating a grid. And they'll be like, what? Like, do you never look up? That is not natural. It just blows my mind. And, we saw a video the other day. They're creating grids above here. They'll have it's like those old chalkboard things when you learn to write cursive or whatever. The teacher, it's a grid one way, and then they do the grid the other way, and then it spreads and it turns everything gray and cloudy.
Yeah.
Miserable. Yeah.
Well, just another thing that we took care of this afternoon, there was a lot of green spots all over the skies, all over the world. And we had to hit them, and as soon as we hit them and evaporated them, these little spidery things start coming out of it. So then we had to evaporate that and then clear the skies everywhere. This happened worldwide a couple hours ago. So they think they can come in and do certain things and not be dealt with, and they're finding out that this is no longer the case. So there's things that me and my crew do that we don't really talk about because it's hard to believe it as it is.
Yeah.
The cool part is being recorded. So
okay. Yeah. So for those that are watching, do you see the complexity that just Earth is going through and the amount of work that has to be done? That's why, everyone here that's watching, we need your help doing cleaning and healing and spreading love and light. We need the more the merrier,
Yeah, there's a lot of I've said this before, but there's a lot of galactics within our perimeter and in the energetic dome and just outside of the energetic dome that are literally stationed in position because as the consciousness rises, so does their abilities and so does their selves.
Excellent.
So yeah, we got a lot of complex shit happening. Go ahead.
When you raised the consciousness, I assumed it was just every being on, in, and around Earth. But is it galaxy wide?
Galaxy wide.
Wow. Yay, that's awesome.
Yeah. There's a
Wow.
lot there's a lot of different beings out there, different races watching what's happening down here. And they all see it. They know who I am already. They know who some of you guys are. And expect to sign autographs.
Well, good, I guess. So do you want to talk about your event, June 28th, the Abundance Festival? Want to
Well, we're still in the works of it all. It's going to be a kid friendly event. We're going to have um, free face painting, and it's just going to be so cool. Balloons, music, celebrating. A couple of artists are coming in. Dad says we got some surprises coming in too. So it's going to be a gathering for the local children, and it's going to be happening year round, and it's going to get bigger and bigger as we go. So I'm looking forward to it. We got a couple of people that are, well, everybody's excited about it. We also got a guy who has yachts and stuff like that, and we talked. Yeah,
You're
we're
in my
talking to him.
head. You're in my head.
Yeah, we're talking to him about chartering some of the kids in around. So he just told us that he's trying to get some more yachts because I want the children in the area to experience things that will stimulate their mind. Going on a yacht cruise for a couple minutes and then coming back, that would be cool.
And seeing dolphins.
Yeah, well, I don't know about how far they're going to get out because we've got a couple hours to play with. And yes, their dolphins may be in the back bay. Well, they will be now. Dad just said that. Also, we have a couple of karate artists that will be performing, and the kids will be able to watch that. We're going to have a horse. They'll be able to take horse rides within the whole. Dad said it's going to be hot, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
And of course, there's going to be food there, right?
Well, there's a lot of restaurants within the area, and I literally went yesterday myself to talk to some of the people because I want the kids to be able to come in and the parents not have to pay for things. So the more help I can get with doing that, the better it'll be for my own pocket, right? But I do have money set aside that Dad wants me to be able to pay for everything if I have to do it by myself.
Okay. I had a vendor in Nashville that it was a vegan vendor that made like ribs.
Mm.
Oh my God. And I was so busy, I didn't get to eat till everything was over, but oh my God. So that would be like a good vendor,
Well, that's what we eventually we're going to have all that stuff here. We're going to have, once I take over everything fully, then we'll have all those type of vendors. Even if I got to fly them in my own jets, right? We're going to have everything. You name it, we're going to have it. And the goal is to have it for free, especially for the people that are less fortunate than others, right? We want to be able to do things that will stimulate the children's minds and want them to be, karate fighters, musicians, artists, dog walkers, horse riders, jet cruisers, or whatever, yacht drivers or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna have a blast doing it. We're gonna have a blast.
Yeah. Kids love that stuff too. Painting, getting their faces painted, just being around other kids and music, they're gonna have a ball.
Yeah.
So,
Plus, we're looking at bouncy world or bouncy houses too.
yeah.
So all of this stuff is what I see happening. You know, Dad said it's going to be fantastic and it's going to be bigger than what I think, and that I'll get more help than I wasn't expected. I mean, that I'm not expecting,
Right.
which is cool. And I already put it out there to the people that are working on it. Like, I want to be able to fund all this stuff, but I would also like people to step up to the plate too, because this is just one of what we plan on doing forever.
Right.
You know, a lot of the people that I talk to, they don't know what we know. They just say, "Oh, cool, fun celebration, free stuff for the kids." Okay, cool. They don't know that we gonna live forever and we're gonna do this shit forever. They don't know all this shit that you guys know.
It's gonna be great. Yeah.
It is great. It is great.
Yeah. Awesome. Uh, a Jedi had messaged me the other day and said certain crystals and the Smarty products disappear from her house, and she wants to know why. Why does it happen and where they go, and if there's any way of preventing it.
Um, the answer is no. There's no way of preventing it other than me slapping my kid's wrist. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Okay. And we
told you to put that shit back. Go put it back.
Get your hands off that. That's
Stop
not
them. Stop them. Stop them. Stop them.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
Smarty and his damn kids always messing with people. Yeah, that's what we do. We love it too.
Yeah, that's so funny. One of the people watching the video says that they're having meetings with the police regarding an IRS related issue, and they need help. So I don't know the person, I don't know who it is, but what can we do for them?
Well, let's reinforce them realizing that that they've been bamboozled. Let's reinforce everybody realizing that the IRS is null and void, and let's reinforce that the police do their proper investigations instead of just going by what they're told. Because if they did their proper investigations, they would come up to the same conclusion that everybody else is coming up with. It's voluntary. Boom.
Boom. Done. So let's reinforce that energy for that person. But like I said, we had talked about mortgages the other day, but same thing. Same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was an attempted setup, by the way. So it's not working.
This one?
Yeah, do your fucking research and show the people that it's voluntary and that it's a fraudulent system. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to address it because so are we at a good resting place today or
Yes, we are. We are good. Dad said Wednesday for the next one. So let's see. Get everything you gotta get, bring in all the questions, and we'll go from there. Okay. And we're just going to start eliminating people publicly because this is getting out of hand.
Let's do it.
Done.
And I thank you for your information. I feel like you really did a lot of great clarification for us today. Yep. And so we're seeing the bigger picture.
There's no other way. It's the truth, the full disclosure. It's happening. Yeah. It's guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Daddy is with us and he's making it obvious. Very obvious. All right, we good. Love all you guys.
Thank you.